Live, streaming, and on the ABC 3340 app. This is ABC 3340 News at 5.
Student loan payments resume next month. The expected impact to the economy.
And the city of Trussville pulls out of the Jefferson County Personnel Board. How this move will affect hiring.
A high school football team no longer eligible for the playoffs this year after forfeiting a game last week due to safety concerns. We'll have the story for you in just a moment.
But first, we want to give a quick traffic update on the crash on Dead Man's Curve in Birmingham. This is a view from the I-5920 traffic camera there. You can see traffic is now flowing smoothly. Earlier today, an 18-wheeler overturned, but you can see again that crash is now cleared, so you are free to go to that area.
The Alabama High School Athletic Association said White Plains High School forfeited to region opponent Anniston High School last Friday, and that makes White Plains ineligible for the playoffs. Good evening, I'm Pam Huff.
And I'm Muriel Bailey. ABC 3340's Aaron Wise reports the Calhoun County School District intends to appeal the Athletic Association's decision.
With the information that we were aware of, would you have sent your student athletes and your fan base on that night?
Calhoun County Schools Superintendent Dr. Jose Reyes Jr. stands by his decision to not allow White Plains High School football to play region opponent Anniston High School last Friday. The decision came after Anniston students were involved in a shooting at the Anniston Community Center earlier in the week. Anniston City Schools canceled its own homecoming parade and pep rally last Thursday.
All I can do is go back on my experience of 30 plus years in this business and deduce that there certainly would seem to me to be a concern for safety.
Attempts were made to reschedule the game between the two districts, but a date could not be settled on, leading to the Alabama High School Athletic Association ruling the game a forfeiture on White Plains' behalf and making the team ineligible for the playoffs. The Athletic Association's sportsbook says schools must play all teams in their region to qualify for the championship program. Many people on social media were not in favor of the decision and believed the team was punished for putting safety first. Reyes says the district was aware of the consequences. However, they have started the appeals process to reinstate the program's eligibility for playoffs, believing there is language in the rules that provides some discretion.
The fine, we understand that. The loss for the forfeiture, we understand that. But this was something that our student athletes had no control over.
Do you think there needs to be clarification in the rules to provide for safety concerns?
Sure, absolutely. I mean, there can always be clarification, whether it be the bylaws of the High School Athletic Association or whether it be the policy manual here in the Calhoun County school system. There's always an opportunity to update those things and make them better.
In Calhoun County, Aaron Wise, ABC 3340 News.
And we reached out to the Alabama High School Athletic Association to see if there were any exceptions when student safety is a concern and if this is something they would review. We were directed to the association's initial release about the forfeiture and told to reach out to the school districts.
A 16-year-old boy faces capital murder charges in a fatal shooting that happened in Forestdale. The Jefferson County Sheriff's Office says Demetrius Knight was found in his vehicle on Hewitt Street on September 19th. The Sheriff's Office has not yet released the teenage suspect's name. We are told, though, he is being held without bond under Aniah's law.
Now your first forecast from the Weather Authority.
It is a warm, dry afternoon across the great state of Alabama. Temperatures are mostly in the 80s. Birmingham at 82, Tuscaloosa 85. We do note 70s on the eastern side of the state because of thicker clouds here. We've got upper 70s for Anniston and in Gadsden. Check the radar. We need rain badly, but that's not happening today, and it's going to be a dry pattern for a while. The only rain in the state, a few showers down here in the far southwestern counties of Alabama. On the way, we have dry weather continuing, highs in the 80s, lows in the 60s, and drought conditions will likely continue to spread north with these dry conditions continuing. This evening, the sky fair, temperatures gradually falling through the 70s. We've got football, weather, and much more all coming up in minutes, so stay with us.
The city of Trussville is pulling out of the Jefferson County Personnel Board.
The city pays hundreds of thousands of dollars each year into that board. But the mayor of Trussville says since that city has its own HR department, then Trussville can keep that money in-house and develop its own system. ABC 3340's Valerie Bell joins us now in Trussville. So Valerie, the mayor says the main reason for this decision is having a better opportunity to hire more qualified people for positions than what they are afforded through the Personnel Board.
Pam, Mayor Buddy Choate says being on the Personnel Board with other municipalities in Jefferson County has them fighting with each other over employees. He believes this decision will help them recruit and retain, and the city will have the ability to hire employees faster. Pulling out of the Jefferson County Personnel Board was something the city started looking at doing in 2019, but that couldn't happen until now. Recent changes to state law opened up the possibility, with Trussville's city limit falling into 2 counties with a population over 25,000. As Trussville grows, Mayor Buddy Choate says its needs have grown too.
All of us are looking for good police officers and firemen, and this will give us a better chance because we were being actually at a disadvantage being under the Personnel Board as far as salary range because they set that and we couldn't do anything about it.
Fultondale is part of the Jefferson County Personnel Board. Mayor Larry Holcomb says it's great for their city. He says it provides legal protections and helps regulate pay and helps with hiring.
Me being a previous employee of a city that was on the Personnel Board, I loved it myself because it gave me the opportunity to take classes and stuff that the Personnel Board offers for free to the employee.
I have called the Jefferson County Personnel Board for further comment about Trussville's decision to leave. At this time, I have not gotten a response back.
So Valerie, now that the city of Trussville has made this vote, has determined what they're going to do, how soon is all of this going to happen?
Pam, the city will notify the Personnel Board effective October 1st of their decision. From there, there's a 6-month period. After that, the city will be able to operate under its own civil service.
Valerie Bell reporting this evening from Trussville.
Lawmakers are still working on legislation to avoid a government shutdown by the end of the week. A bipartisan proposal in the Senate would keep the government funded until November 17th, provide aid to Ukraine and money for U.S. disaster relief. House lawmakers have not reached an agreement over a series of spending bills. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy is pinning any potential shutdown on President Joe Biden.
We're doing our job. So what does the president have to do with that? If he wants to sit and hide in the White House and put government into a shutdown, that's on him.
A potential shutdown could impact millions of federal workers and programs like the National Park Service and Smithsonian Museums.
Your voice, your vote. The second Republican presidential primary debate is set for 8 o'clock this evening in California. That is Central Time. 7 candidates will take the debate stage at the Ronald Reagan Presidential Library in Simi Valley. Candidate Donald Trump will not be among them. Instead, he will be speaking to union members in Detroit, Michigan. The debate again begins at 8 o'clock our time. A recent poll finds inflation is the top issue for Republican primary voters. After that, they consider immigration, the government budget, and debt at the top of the list. GOP voters are also concerned about crime, election security, and extremism. Stay with ABC 3340 at 5:30 for World News Tonight for more on this story and others making headlines. U.S. Senator Tommy Tuberville of Alabama on the impeachment inquiry into President Biden, why he feels like it's a necessary move for lawmakers.
And retirement concerns for Gen X, why the generation feels like it doesn't have enough money saved.
Catching up on a cancer screening backlog after the pandemic, the cancers most affected.